Hey friends, True Nature Childcare here, talking about worms today. I got a worm experiment here. We've got two different kinds of soil separated by cornmeal. This one has about 6 worms in it, and this one doesn't have any. And I've heard that worms mix up the soil a lot. So I'm going to see how long it takes them to mix up my jar. And if you look really closely, it's already been 1 day. You might be able to see some trails in there. Can you see where they've made some air pockets and trails? Especially in the top layer there. It's kind of hard to tell, but they have. Even on the bottom, I can see areas where they've tunneled all the way to the bottom. And I put a little cardboard in the top just because I found these guys in cardboard and I know they really like that. So I'll take off some of the cardboard so you can see them in there. There they are. There's the worms. They're also hiding in the middle right now because I've been keeping mine under a black cloth because worms do not respond well to light. They like to be covered up. They are light sensitive beings. And so when you expose them to light, they burrow in and hide, and I wanted to be able to see the worms. And so I've been keeping this whole jar wrapped up in a dark cloth so that when I do take the cloth off, I might be able to see them on the outside of the jar. Wouldn't that be fun? So far they've just been hanging out under the cardboard. But that's my worm experiment. So for all you people out there who want to try what it's like to be a worm, I would suggest this. Imagine that your entire body, all of your skin, is just like your tongue. It's wet, it's very sensitive, or like the inside of your nose. Because worms' bodies can make what's called mucus, just like our noses and our mouths can. So their whole body is like that, and that's why when you pick a worm up in your hand, it feels kind of slimy. Okay, buddy, oh, that one's tunneling in. Good job, mate. There's my little guy. There's the worm. So if you have a worm, think about what it might be like to be that worm. To have your skin be able to produce mucus like your nose on the inside, or your dog's nose is always wet. It does that too. Or the inside of your mouth. And then, if you really want to pretend to be a worm and see what it feels like, imagine that your whole body surface is like that. And then, pretend you don't have any hands or any legs. So, stick your arms against your sides, and then you can only move the way a worm would move. And stick your feet together, and you can even try putting a little bit of, if your parents are okay with it, you can even try putting a little dirt on your body and wriggling around the way a worm would. Or you can do this in a pile of clean laundry. Make sure your body is clean, but if you're in your house, you can glue your arms to your sides and your feet together. Imagine that your whole body is just like your tongue, and then wriggle around in the laundry and see what that might feel like. So that's a fun way to feel what it might be like to be a worm. All right, guys. I do encourage you to try your own soil mixing experiment with your worms. You just need 2 different kinds of soil, and then you can watch what they do. And I will post pictures as it changes. See you tomorrow.